Hey, this is Dave with Taboo Customs, and we are back on what we're calling the Green Monster here because, well, it's green and it's got a Godzilla engine in it. Yeah, we're not that creative with names, we know. Anyway, we're going to talk about some of the functional items that we're doing on this truck and show you what we're using, how we've had to modify the truck to use some of that, and let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, so if you've been watching some videos, you know we're using a 2022 7.3 Godzilla engine. So we'll be using the stock engine harness that we've got here. We've actually got it all laid out there and completely connected. And we'll be connecting that to, let's bring you over here for a second, a Mars kit that is for the 7.3 here. And so this will basically connect to the engine harness. We've got a computer here. We've got our fuse block that will also connect to the computer. And then we've got of course, a bunch of wiring that we will have to do for it. But it does give us everything we need, from our OBD2 port to the connector for the throttle pedal and everything else. So, and this actually connects here into the engine harness. So we'll be getting that put on here before too long. Right now we are waiting for our Dakota Digital system to come in before we really start getting crazy into the wiring. But I can tell you a little bit more about some of the other systems. So first, let's talk a little bit about the fuel system. So for the fuel system, we wanted to try to stick with a fuel tank for the roughly, 05 trucks. Obviously, the diesel tank wasn't necessarily going to work unless we wanted to try to run an external fuel pump. Didn't really want to do that because, with external fuel pumps, you can't have issues with heat. And so we wanted to run the internal fuel pump, decided to go with a V10 fuel tank, which is really close to the diesel fuel tank, extremely close to the diesel fuel tank. But we did find out there were some differences with the V10 tank. And one was, you can see this cross member right here. We actually had to modify that cross member. These plates here were added so that we could raise that cross member up and support that fuel tank. And it really generally fits pretty well now that we've got that raised up. So I don't know if they just use different cross members for their V10s or what, but either way, that's partially what we had to do. So what we'll be doing is we'll be using the V10, stock V10 fuel pump. And then down here, we've actually got a Corvette, I think like a 2005 Corvette filter regulator. So we'll be able to supply this with fuel, and then it'll regulate it at 58 psi and send it up to our fuel rail, which we have started to run our fuel lines. And we're just using an Evil Energy fuel line kit here, as we often do, with AN fittings to basically get up there. So right now we've just kind of got it loosely installed there so we can move the cab on and off, and then we'll get it all sorted once we do. And we're also going to be doing another thing we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing right now, I believe, a set of Cook's headers. We're still got some questions out to Cook's, waiting to hear back from them, but looking at doing a set of Cook's headers for this, and we'll be removing those stock manifolds. Obviously got our drive shafts in. Front one's actually installed. You can see it's a Tom Woods. We use Tom Woods quite a bit. For our rear shaft though, we had to go locally, and we decided, of course, originally the truck would have a two-piece drive shaft with a carrier bearing right about there. We decided to run a one-piece drive shaft. We don't have it installed yet because we're still waiting on the flange for the axle back there, but we do have everything. Obviously, since this is let's say 2018, 2019, whatever era transfer case, that's like a 1480 joint. That one down there is a 1410, so it is a little bit different there, but it all worked out. We did go ahead and we also, you can't really see it, but we did completely rebuild the brakes, front and rear, all new rotors, calipers. In the rear, we had to do new backing pads because they just completely had rusted away and were completely gone. So we're kind of moving along in that arena. Now for the transfer case shifting, since we're using, 2020 era, let's say, transfer case, we're using the same transfer case shifter directly from Ford with the handle, cable, all of that stuff, bracket here. We ended up having to modify the bracket though, weirdly enough. It did fairly line up, like one of these holes here did line up, but the second one did not. So we ended up having to drill that hole there. But we did have to make a lot of modifications to the body to get that to fit. Had to kind of, let's say, massage the tunnel here because it's a different radius in this bracket with the newer truck than it is with the 05. So, but we did get it to actually fit up there really well, but it did take us a few hours to get that all worked in. One thing we're going to be working on, obviously a transmission cooler. We've got to run our lines up there. We did go ahead and get our dipstick installed just so we can see where that stuff starts to lay out. And we're kind of waiting right now on the Dakota Digital stuff and the Vintage Air stuff before we really get too crazy on moving forward with much else. But next, let's talk a little bit about the brake system that we're using. All right, now for the brake system, obviously this is going to be a pretty big, pretty heavy truck. It's going to be used to tow a lot, so we want to make sure we got good brakes on here. We also wanted to match our 2005 chassis. So what we're using is basically same era, 2005-ish Hydro Boost setup. And this setup here with the bracket and everything, Hydro Boost, master cylinder, all comes from battleborn.com, Battleborn Brakes. So they've been real good about working with us on what we need. So we've got the bracket mounted, we've got our Hydro Boost mounted. It's set up to where it's got an adjustable rod so that we can hook to our pedals here on the inside, so that we can adjust where we want our pedal and try to get our pedal, pretty close to the same level as our fuel pedal here, which you can see we've got our fuel pedal mounted, which is why we've brought in and, we've been mounting the seats here. We are using the, 2005 interior. We've got new carpet on order. You can see here, going back to the transfer case and how much kind of a pain it was, we did have to cut this and re-weld it because this was running back into that that console there, so that we could get it to fit up well. And we've actually got the trim piece that'll go over that, so it'll look really nice once we're done. So right now, really trying to work on making sure that we've got the seat to pedal to also steering wheel all set up for this truck before we go and start to finalize stuff and really start to dig into getting a lot of the wiring done, because once we start doing the wiring and putting all the dash back together, we won't want to take it apart. Right now though, for the steering column, actually waiting on the Dakota Digital stuff so that I can wire the cruise control switch through the steering column so I can get that done and then get it all reinstalled. And we'll bring it back in once we start doing some of that stuff and show you how that turns out. All right, well, we're back, and you see we've got the dash out. We're actually getting it prepped to start putting this stuff back in. Being we went ahead and we tore the dash out, we did several things with that dash out because there's a lot of things that are a lot easier with the dash out. Put a new center speaker in, put a new antenna in, because I don't know how you're supposed to get to that if you don't have the dash out. Also, we're in the process replacing the wiper motor, and as you can see, we're starting to put some heat shielding here. I've actually got black heat shielding we're going to put down here because we don't know where the carpet is going to actually come up to. We do have brand new carpet for this, so we'll get that sorted out. So right now we're trying to get all that done so that we can start putting the vintage air conditioning, new air conditioning and heat system back in it, and then we'll start, as you can see, we've already started pulling out some of the new American Autowire stuff so that we can start getting that sorted out, because that'll be a big part of the work here moving forward. But what I can do now is I'll go ahead and I'll show you the vintage air system that we've got for this truck. All right, so here's the vintage air system that we've got. Just their standard system for the, I think, whatever, 78, 7 to 79 Ford trucks, air conditioning and heat. Much smaller unit than what was in there. As you can see when we looked at the dash, you know, there's a big close-off panel there where you used to have that big box that stuck out to the engine bay. Don't have that anymore, so a much simpler system. Basically, you just hook up your hoses to everything and then hook it directly to your vents, and works out well. So we'll show you that. We'll come back, we'll show you this once we get installed so you can see how it looks in the truck. Well, obviously made a lot more progress since the last clip. Let's talk about that. We ended up going with the vintage air condenser here. One, mainly because bolts pretty much, well, sort of bolts right up to what we had, and we didn't have to figure out brackets. We also decided, as far as our heating and cooling, you can see we've got our fans in, two 14-inch Spall fans. We went, since this is a 2021 7.3 Godzilla engine out of a van, we started looking at it, and I was thinking, I'm like, you know what, I bet you all the hoses and stuff would work directly out of that van, and yes, they absolutely do. So we went with the van radiator for the 7.3 and all of the hoses, including the hoses for the oil cooler and the transmission cooler, and we went with the transmission cooler from the van. And other than making a mount for the transmission cooler, everything actually connects without having to splice any hoses. And that's one thing with a lot of these swaps that we always somewhat have to struggle with, is finding hoses that will fit, or making hoses that will fit that are good and not gonna, you know, fail or pop off at some point, which is always a concern. Cooler mount, one thing that we did get kind of not, I guess, thrilled about. Normally the washer bottle here mounts right here on the fender for the 78, 79s. Unfortunately though, you can see how the wiring is. Unless I wanted to redo all that harness, this ECU pretty much had to go right here. So we ended up sliding the washer bottle back, having to put it on a bracket. It will work, and we'll got it all mounted there. We still need to hook it up. I know before we were talking about the AC. This is actually all the AC wiring coming in here for the under hood wiring. And as far as the system mounting, here I'll show it to you right now. You see how it's mounting. Now we've still got to run all of our hoses here. In general, went pretty well as far as the AC install. There's a ton of steps. One of the issues we've ran into is obviously their steps are set up for, you've got a truck that's already running, driving, everything, you know, is already done with it. You're just retrofitting it. With ours though, we aren't doing that, so we've got to do everything. So I've done some work, and then done some work, and then done some work, and kind of came back to the AC. For instance, we just today got all of this wired as far as under the dash, and that was mainly because we were working under the dash. So we've got our new American Autowire harness. You can see here, we ended up with a ton of boxes that we had to mount. You can see we've got two large Dakota Digital boxes. We've got our other Dakota Digital box over here. We've got a relay block that for now just has a relay in it for the Mars harness and the brake. Normally closed, I believe, to open relay we had to add. Then we've got a couple of spots for, you know, 12 volt constant and 12 volt ignition that we can pull power from. All that under here. And then we're actually going to have to end up with a second layer. I've got another bracket that's not on there yet that this box will mount to, and the OBD2 port will mount to. And once we get all this done, we'll actually make a cover for this. And I don't know, we might figure out something fancy with the cover or not sure yet. I'll probably talk with the owner and see what he wants to do. But next up, because we've actually got pretty much, I'm saying 95% of the dash is, as far as the wiring goes, is done. The one few things we don't have done is, of course, all the connections to the items in the dash. But as far as wiring, we don't have like our tow haul switch that we're going to add. That's on the way, so we're going to go on and we'll add that later, probably mount it in our box or something down here with this, get that figured out. But as you can see, we've got everything going here as far as the wiring. Like I said, next steps for us going to be routing all the HVAC hoses, routing all of the wires behind the dash once we put the dash in, and then getting all of our dash hooked up. But we'll probably do that in the next installment, I guess, on this series. So we'll cut you off there. All right, well, that's going to do it for this video here. We'll follow up with another video once we start getting the dash and everything in place and start showing you some of that. Right now, you know, we're still finishing. We've got the dash wiring about 95% finished, I'd say. However, all the engine bay wiring, all the rear wiring, the front light wiring, we've still got to do. So let us get to work on all of that, and we'll come back and start showing you some of that in the next video. So thanks for watching. As always, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. And if you have any questions, you can leave a comment here, or you can email us or contact us on our website, taboocustoms.com. So